Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting story on the English Learning Platform. Today, we're diving into an inspiring tale about turning big dreams into reality. Imagine starting with nothing but an idea in a tiny garage and building one of the world's biggest companies. This story is inspired by the real-life journey of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. He was a visionary who faced many ups and downs, but never gave up. Through his persistence and innovation, he changed how we use technology every day, from computers to phones. The theme of this story is the power of persistence in creating a dream. It's about starting small, facing failures, and keeping going until you succeed. We'll use simple English at an intermediate level, B1 to B2, with everyday words and natural sentences. You'll hear dialogues that sound like real conversations, plus idioms and phrasal verbs you can use in your own life, like when talking about work or chasing goals. As you listen or read, think about your own dreams, maybe learning English fluently or starting a business. Stories like this show that anyone can build something great with hard work. In the sunny state of California, back in the 1950s, a boy named Steve was born. He wasn't from a rich family, but he had a mind full of questions. Why do things work the way they do? He often wondered. As a kid, Steve loved tinkering with gadgets. He would take apart radios and TVS just to see the insides. His adoptive parents encouraged him. "Keep going, Steve," his dad would say. "You can build anything if you think big." Steve wasn't the best student in school. He got bored easily with regular lessons, but he loved electronics. One day at age 12, he called a famous engineer named Bill Hewlett on the phone. "Hello, sir," Steve said nervously. "I'm Steve Jobs, and I want to build a frequency counter. Do you have any spare parts?" To his surprise, Bill not only gave him parts, but also offered him a summer job at Hewlett-Packard. That was Steve's first taste of the tech world. He learned that taking a risk could open doors. As a teenager, Steve met a friend named Steve Wozniak, or Woz for short. Woz was a genius at building circuits. "Hey, Steve," Woz said one day, "let's make something cool together." They started from scratch, experimenting in Steve's garage. Little did they know, this friendship would change everything. Steve dreamed of making computers that anyone could use, not just experts. "Computers are like bicycles for the mind," he once said. "But dreams are just the start. You have to build from the ground up." After high school, Steve went to college, but it didn't feel right. The classes were expensive, and he wasn't sure what he wanted. "I'm wasting my parents' money," he thought. So after 6 months, he dropped out. But he didn't stop learning. He audited classes he liked, such as calligraphy, which is beautiful handwriting. "Who knows? This might be useful someday," he said to himself. Steve traveled to India to find inner peace. He came back with new ideas about simplicity and design. Back home, he reconnected with Woz. Woz had built a simple computer board. "Look at this, Steve," Woz exclaimed. "It's a personal computer anyone can use." Steve's eyes lit up. "This is it. We can sell these and start a company." But they had no money. "We'll have to take a risk," Steve said. "Let's sell my van and your calculator to get started." In 1976, in that small garage in Los Altos, Apple Computer was born. They named it after Steve's favorite fruit, simple and fresh. Their first product was the Apple One, a basic computer kit. "It's not fancy, but it's a start," Steve told Woz. They sold 50 units to a local store. "Great job, guys," the store owner said. But Steve wanted more. "Think big, Woz. We can make computers for everyone." This was the beginning of their innovation journey, full of persistence. The next year, they created the Apple II. It was colorful, easy to use, and had games. This will change how people work and play, Steve pitched to investors. One investor, Mike Markla, believed in them. I see the potential, Mike said. Let's build this from the ground up. With his help, Apple grew fast. By 1980, the company went public, meaning people could buy shares. Steve became a millionaire at 25. We did it, he shouted to Woz. But success brought challenges. Steve was a tough boss. He pushed his team hard. We need perfection, he'd say in meetings. If it's not great, start over. One engineer complained, Steve, you're too demanding. Steve replied, innovation comes from saying no to 1,000 things. Keep going. We're building something special. The team created the Macintosh in 1984, a computer with a mouse and icons. It was revolutionary. In a famous ad, a woman smashed a screen symbolizing breaking free from old ways. Think different, the slogan said. Steve's persistence paid off. Apple stores popped up everywhere. People lined up to buy products. This is amazing, a customer told Steve at a launch. Your computer makes my job easier. Steve smiled. That's the point. Technology for real life. But not everything was smooth. Inside the company, tensions grew. In 1985, things turned sour. Apple's board thought Steve was too reckless. Sales dipped because of competition. We need a change, the CEO said. Steve faced rejection from his own company. You're out, they told him. It hurt like a punch in the gut. What now? Steve wondered. He felt lost, like his dream had crumbled. But Steve didn't give up. Failure is just a detour, he told himself. He started a new company called Next, focusing on advanced computers for education. Let's innovate again, he said to his small team. They worked long hours. Keep going, even when it's tough, Steve motivated them. He also bought an animation studio called Pixar. This could be fun, he thought. Pixar made Toy Story, the first full computer-animated movie. It was a hit. We turned around a failing studio, Steve celebrated. During this time, Steve learned about family. He got married and had kids. Life isn't just work, his wife told him. Build better habits, like spending time with us. Steve nodded. You're right. I need balance. These years away from Apple taught him humility. He realized that persistence means adapting, not just pushing forward. In 1997, Apple was in trouble. They needed help. The board called Steve back. Can you save us? They asked. Steve paused. Yes, but on my terms. He returned as CEO. We're starting fresh, he announced. Think big. Simplify everything. He cut products and focused on innovation. First came the iMac, a colorful all-in-one computer. It's beautiful and easy, Steve pitched. Sales soared. Then the iPod in 2001. 1,000 songs in your pocket, he said in a demo. People loved it. This changes music forever, a fan tweeted. Wait, no tweets yet, but you get the idea. Next, iTunes Store. Buy songs legally online, Steve explained. It was a game changer. But the biggest risk was the iPhone in 2007. It's a phone, iPod, and internet device in one, Steve unveiled on stage. The crowd cheered. We've reinvented the phone. Competitors laughed at first. Too expensive, they said. But Steve kept going. Innovation wins. Soon, everyone wanted an iPhone. Apple became the most valuable company. Steve built a team of dreamers. In meetings, he'd say, what if we... One designer recalled, Steve pushed us to think different. They created the iPad, App Store, and more. We're building an ecosystem, Steve said. Through it all, he faced health issues, but his persistence shone. Never give up on what you love, he advised young entrepreneurs. Steve's life wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, like being too harsh sometimes. But he turned them into strengths. In a famous speech at Stanford University, he said, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It means keep learning and taking risks. Apple grew into a global empire, with stores worldwide and products in billions of hands. From a garage to this, Steve reflected. His ideas touched education, entertainment, and communication. One day, a young intern asked, "How do you build success?" Steve replied, "Start from scratch, face rejection, and keep going. Think big, but act small every day. Innovation comes from connecting dots, like my calligraphy class inspired Apple's fonts." The intern nodded. "I'll remember that." Steve passed away in 2011, but his legacy lives on. Apple continues to innovate, proving that one person's dream can change the world. Just like Steve Jobs built Apple through persistence and innovation, you can build your English skills the same way. Start small. Practice a few words or phrases each day. Take risks by speaking out loud, even if you make mistakes. Keep going through tough grammar or vocabulary. Before you know it, you'll turn your small efforts into fluent conversations. Remember, building dreams is like learning a language. It takes time, but the results are amazing. What about you? Think of your own goals, maybe starting a business or traveling. Use phrases from this story like think big or never give up in your daily life. Practice them with friends or in a journal, and that's our story for today. If you enjoyed learning English through Steve's journey, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Next time, we'll explore another builder's tale. Perhaps how Jeff Bezos turned a bookstore into a global giant. Keep aiming high. See you soon. Here are 5 to 10 key vocabulary words and phrases from the story, with definitions and example sentences to help you learn. 1. Persistence. Noun. The quality of continuing to do something even when it's difficult. Example. His persistence helped him finish the marathon despite the pain. 2. Innovation. Noun. The act of creating new ideas or improving old ones. Example. The company's innovation in smartphones changed the market. 3. Start from scratch. Idiom. To begin something with no help or resources. Example. After losing his job, he had to start from scratch in a new city. 4. Take a risk. Phrasal verb. To do something that might fail, but could bring success. Example. She decided to take a risk and quit her job to travel the world. 5. Keep going. Phrasal verb. To continue despite challenges. Example. Even when things got tough, he told himself to keep going. 6. Think big. Idiom. To have ambitious plans or dreams. Example. If you want to succeed, you need to think big and aim high. 7. Build from the ground up. Idiom. To create something starting with the basics. Example. They built their business from the ground up without any investors. 8. Face rejection. Phrase. To experience being turned down or refused. Example. Many writers face rejection before their first book is published. 9. Turn around. Phrasal verb. To change a bad situation into a good one. Example. With hard work, he managed to turn around his failing grades. 10. Never give up phrase, to refuse to stop trying. Example. Remember, winners never give up on their goals.